Solo. Ready? Give it up for So1o. He's a great poet. Or not poet. Are you a poet? Or are you not a poet? Oh, 'cause I know you got a poem that says you're not a poet. Or this is not a poem.
Alright, so I call this poem One's Reasoning, which is basically kind of explains why I am or am not a poet. So, yeah. I write as my alternative to shutting the fuck up. This poem is dedicated to the blips on the radar that were never targets. For the afterthoughts whose names were often forgotten. I write to settle debates I have with myself that consist of 3 different points of views. I write for the ones that are reminded of their failures each time they look into their mother's face. My art is for the ones who want to shine just so they can see themselves in the light. This poem is for the boys in their 20s who date teens because they don't feel they're man enough for women their own age. Also for the boys in their 30s who date teens just because they don't feel man enough. I write for the ones that are too smart to graduate. I write for the grown man who cries in the dark to avoid looking like a bitch in the light. My poems belong to the ones who play the same character as your idols for acknowledgement. I write because that's what society made me. I write for the same ones who forgot or never had a chance to discover who the fuck they were. I write for the sons who have yet to decipher the difference between verbal abuse and tough love. I write for the mama's boys whose only dream is to become their own men. I write for my brothers and sisters who don't quite feel related to their own family. I write for the writer who writes I write for the writer who writes because that's the one thing they feel that they do right. I write for the ones whose skeletons outnumber the jeans and shirts in their closet. This is for the secret admirers that got treated like gay friends. I vent for the ones whose role in the game Truth or Dare was the dare. This is for all the butts of jokes told on schoolyards and family gatherings. For that dude who felt weak because he was too strong to just snap. I write for the mouse who screams at the top of his lungs in a crowded room and gets treated like a whisper. This is for the modern day prostitutes who work jobs that hate just to make another man rich while they go home and pray over crumbs. And that's why I love them hoes. I write for those addicted to euphoria. I write for that man who feels alone in the shit he's buried under. And that's why I punctuate with my poems with this number, 1.